Hi guys, welcome to JD's Kitchen and thank you guys for stopping by. Today I'll be sharing with you guys my version of fried white beans. This is how I love to make my beans. I love it fried and dry, not watery, not liquidy, and I love to eat it with plantains and maybe rice sometimes, or sometimes puff puff as well. Today I'll share with you guys how I cook my white beans. The first thing you need when cooking white beans, of course the main ingredient, is the white beans itself. I would advise that you take your time to blow it out, to pick out every single dirt, especially the stones. You don't want to have stones in your beans because it's going to spoil the food in your mouth. And then another thing, when boiling your white beans, you want to make sure you monitor it. It doesn't take as long as the red beans to get ready, so you don't want it to be soft and mushy. The next ingredient you would need is your chopped tomato. I don't like my tomato blended because it makes it a bit mushy, so I like it chopped. The next is carrot, green beans, chopped green spices, onions, pepper, garlic and ginger, white pepper, salt and Maggi or seasoning cubes, a little bit of curry. I love curry, and then my chopped meat, and then of course oil. So I'm going to begin the cooking process by putting some oil on the fire. When it's hot, I pour in my meat and then I mix it up a little bit, and then I go ahead to leave it to fry for some time while I start peeling my plantains, because I want to make it with dodo. Once your beans is boiled, it doesn't take a long time to fry it, so I just go ahead to peel my plantain at once because I wanted to eat immediately the beans was off the fire. So I'm just going to slice my plantains how I prefer to slice it, and then I'll keep it aside and go back to check my pot. And then you can see that the meat has fried for some time, so I'm going to add in my tomatoes and then I'm going to mix it up. I want my tomato to fry and then dry. Like I don't want it to I don't want the moist, when it starts frying you can see that there's liquid now, so I'm going to allow it to fry to the point where it's actually dry. That's how dry I love my white beans to be. So I'm going to add in my onions, and then I follow with a little bit of curry powder, my garlic and my ginger, and then I'm going to give it a good mix because you can see that the garlic and ginger is in the form of a paste, so you don't want it to get clogged in one particular spot. So I mixed it really well. Now I'm adding my seasoning cubes, and then I'm going to go ahead to add my white pepper, and then I'm going to mix it again, of course. Now once you can see that the tomato was already dry, that's why it's sticking beneath the pot. So I go ahead to add my green spice at the end. Like, this is almost the end of cooking because I love to see my green spice looking very green in my white beans when I'm eating. So I added the green spice and then I didn't leave it to stay. You can see that it's still looking very green, so I just added the green spice. Then immediately I poured in the beans and then I started mixing to get everything going around the beans, and then I add my carrot and green beans. Now I'm not a fan of carrot and green beans, but if I should eat it, then it should be crunchy. I don't want to put it at an early state in the cooking and then it gets very soft and soggy. So I like it to be crunchy, so that's why I put it at the end, and then I took the pot off the fire. And of course the heat in the beans is going to continue to cook the carrot and green beans, but then it will not cook it to the point where I'm unsatisfied with how it tastes. So yeah, that's how I like my white beans. How do you prefer yours? Do you add in some water during the process of frying? I do not. I think maybe when I'm warming the next day, so that it doesn't become too dry and too yeah, I'm going to maybe add a little bit of water. But then how do you prepare yours? What do you put in your white beans that I didn't put in mine? Some people put crayfish, but I didn't put crayfish. Yeah, that's my version of white beans and I loved it. It was so delicious. Try it and tell me how it tasted for you. I'm excited to have you on the channel. If it's your first time, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on my next video.